my generation always felt safe because we could create a persona that was accepted. We were the closet kids.
I mean, Gruff Pig is my persona. Personas I still think are a thing. What Instagram, what we want the world to portray us as, that's still a persona. Twitter, Facebook, all that social media, instant gratification, it's all personas. I let you see what I want you to see. I let you see. I create what I want you to see.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not guilty. It's what I experienced. I want to say, I did between the modeling for Gruff Pup, this clothing line, started Gruff Pig, the Instagram account, and it's who people portray me as.
Yeah.
But it's just started as this what's it called, the stage name.
Yeah.
And it just took on, and this is what I want people to know me as.
Yeah.
But not many people know John Morante.
No.
that's what this is also for me. This is kind of my coming out, and in a way, just
coming out 2 years,
to
coming
myself,
out,
to pull away from that Gruff Pig persona.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It was cute. It got me attention. What am I gonna say? I mean, I can't say I didn't enjoy it, but. Here we are.
Yeah, exactly. And it's interesting. It's just, I don't, and I'm sure it's the same. I hate to generalize this, our experiences are LGBT, representational because that's our community.
Yeah.
But I'm not discounting that there aren't a lot of heterosexual people that go through the same things.
I think I feel like that a whole persona identity. I mean, it's what you want people to see.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be seen as an influencer or happy or, here's the good, here's the good, here's the good. Nobody, it's really, again,
God forbid I have a bad day.
God forbid, and it goes back.
I'm not 100% all the time.
Oh yeah. It's exactly. And it goes back to that word, right? Vulnerability.
Yeah.
It goes back to vulnerability. And I think, that's if one of many, I know we've talked about a lot of things right now on this episode, but the whole purpose of us, or what I want to portray and what we want is, I think to more vulnerability overall.
And healing and
there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
And more focused on each episode. Again, this is our first hurrah at this.
this is our first figuring things out.
I know we went into politics, and I'm not the political one at all, but I went there. I don't know how I got there, but I went there. So it's like, I was like, why am I talking about Florida politics?
It's hard because, it's hard even thinking about politics because it's, you try to maintain a positive outlook on life, but you can't turn on any kind of news story or any kind of news program and feel good about yourself or about the world.
Yeah.
Or like, why should I even be doing any of this? But it's, I think it's what we all need to do, no matter if sexual orientation or anything else. It's, it's just important. And I listen to a lot of podcasts and, try to grow myself in those ways. And it's beautiful to see that there's so many out there that do provide something. And I'm hoping that we can do that for especially the gay men's arena, because that's what we're in most, and that's what we're surrounded, and that's what we observe most, or we see most. Again, judgment-free zone.
And that's what I love. I am in the middle of the My Breathwork Facilitator course, and so what I learned, I piggyback off you. And when you're, whatever podcast you find or YouTube channel you find, you piggyback off me. And what I love is that's why we get lost in these conversations, is because it's our passion. Is to just, I want to help people heal.
Yeah.
And to know that being vulnerable isn't a bad thing. And, no one says, again, I said it earlier, but it's not easy.
No,
it's not. It's not easy, but it's empowering as fuck. And
I think it's the only way you can find true joy and happiness inside yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what, again, it's not hard, and there are days it's really hard.
Yeah.
And, because you're just constantly being hit with other things, even through your own friend circle.
And that's what, and also I want to clarify, this is not like a sobriety channel, so to speak. I have a glass of wine now and again. There's nothing about what's right or wrong. This is about, are you doing it, consuming so much of anything to the point where you can't sit with yourself in silence and look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I truly happy, or am I doing this just because?
Well, it's like we talk about too. It's like we talk about intent.
Yeah,
intent is our big thing.
It's our big word,
you know,
yeah.
it's like, you know, it's you know, what is my intention based on so many things I do, you know, whether it's your lifestyle, you know, diet,
consumption, everything.
You know, it's not just, it's everything in your life. It's like, why, you know, why am I doing this, and what does it bring to me? Does it bring me joy?
Am I doing it to make people happy?
Yes.
Am I doing it because I want to do it?
Exactly.
And that's one
what
thing.
It brings
I
to
think
myself.
that's the biggest question I asked myself in the last year.
Yeah.
In the last year, you know, since I want to say that is the biggest question. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Am I doing this because I want to fit in? Am
Yeah.
I doing this because everyone else is doing it? What makes me happy? And when you get to sit down with yourself and you're like, I don't need this madness. And the amount of peace that it brings you when you stop trying to take that line or do that bump or whatever, go to every fucking party because everyone else is doing it. You're like, oh my God, I'm actually having a way better time by myself than I am trying to put on a show for everybody.
Exactly. God, that's exactly what you hit it right on the head there. It's a show.
It's a show.
Every time you go out, every time you're around friends at a pool party or anything, it's like, how much energy am I expending to fit in and interact with a bunch of people that you know,
really are not going to care in the morning.
No,
they're really not like. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh my God, I have so many friends. I'm like, do you though?
Well, but I think the beautiful part is that I think our intent is to interact with as many people as we can, but in a much healthier way.
Healthier. I want us to bring light to that. There's more than just circuit parties and a bar. Yeah. And I think my entire adult life has been circuit parties and bars, and that's the only way to socialize. And there's more to being vulnerable. There's more to actually connecting.
When there's so many like just more beautiful things to do, like when you came down and we went to Super Blue, or the other night when we did the Arcade, you know, there's just so many ways to connect and have shared experience that for some reason are diminished. Yeah. You know, we just don't even look at it as like, oh, well, let's do that.
I think it's because of social norms.
Yeah.
The social norms are, this is the way you meet people.
And don't get me wrong, I've been high at the Shedd Aquarium. Fish look totally different. And they talk back.
They talk back.
How are you? So you know, if I had those experiences with people who were, but at least we were attempting, but you know,
you had experiences with fish. You have experiences with people. You were socializing
really
with fish.
I really connected with manta rays. So it was, but you know, like, I don't know. I just think there's so many more things like we talk about and we explore. There's so many things to explore, like with breathwork and meditation, and you know, just different, so many amazing things now with sound healing. With, you know, there's just ways to just, I don't know, just enhance your life in another way.
And even we'll get into it, but even sex. I mean, when it comes down to it, it's the drugs and the alcohol even allows you to think you're connecting just because you're talking to people and you're hooking up, but it's so empty. There's no real intimacy. There's no real connection. And I think that's what a lot of people are like, oh, I met so-and-so, I connected with so-and-so, this and that. I'm like, and then also there's those times where you don't even remember who you slept with because you're so high, or you're so drunk. And it's like, what do you get out of that? What are you truly experiencing? Or what are you like, you know, this misconception of this is what it looks like to be popular, to have fun. Is it truly healthy?
Yeah. Yeah.